listening to our podcast, Conservation Calls, an awesome Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund initiative.
Yeah, but why are we really making this?
Because we need to make sure that everybody knows that the care we give, the earth we keep.
That's right. Let's also tell them about
the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund.
Hello everyone, or as we say, Ahlan wa Sahlan. It's your two favorite adventurers, Noor and Mira.
Before we get to today's awesome story, did you know that the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund has made a huge impact by successfully supporting over 2,800 projects across 170 countries, where they have done an amazing job discovering, reintroducing, and protecting over 1,700 species from extinction.
That's so cool. Today's story is about one of those projects. Are you ready? Let's go meet our explorers.
Hello everybody, my name is Maya. I'm from India and I'm in year 9.
Hi, I'm Agrita and I'm from India. I'm in year 8.
It's Andrew here. I'm from the UK and the Philippines, and I'm in year 9.
And I'm Wanya, from Pakistan and currently in year 9.
Sabwana everyone, I'm Renaz, originally from South Africa, and I'm currently in year 11.
Hi, my name is Adam. I'm currently in year 9, and I'm from Egypt.
And we are from Brampton School, Dubai. And this is Conservation Calls.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Agrata.
Over the past 5 months, we've been looking at various species supported by the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund. That got me thinking, if you could be any animal for a day, what would it be and why?
I'd totally be an eagle. Just imagine the freedom to soar the clouds, seeing the world from an epic new angle.
A sloth. I'd love to just hang around on do nothing all day.
100% a Komodo dragon. They look mean and nobody messes with them.
I'd be a wolf for sure. Imagine a whole pack of buddies who've got your back. Plus, howling. Don't forget the howling. What about you, Adam?
I'd be a lion. I'll not only be the king of the jungle, but I can also chill with my pride all day long and maybe even bust a tune.
The jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
That's cool. I was going to say a cheetah. Imagine running the 100 meters in 6 seconds.
Hey, Agrata, slow down. Speaking of wildcats, I gotta tell you about this awesome guy that I follow on Instagram, @NathanTheCatLady. He's all about this super cool thing called My Cat Does That. You've gotta check it out.
What's that?
It's this rad campaign by Panthera. They're looking at how house cats act and how they totally mimic their big cat cousin.
My cat is such a little stir. She totally drives my mom crazy by climbing up the curtains. It's like her personal jungle gym.
Exactly. And wildcats can climb trees without worrying about a mom freak out.
Wait, back up a sec. Panthera sounds awesome. What else do they do?
Hi, my name is Susie Shepard, and I direct Panthera's public relations in order to shine a spotlight on wild cats.
And they also work for the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund.
How do you know so much about Panthera?
Well, during the recent summer holidays, we went to Indonesia to hang with my cousin. I joined him on the last day of school. One Friday, the school surprised us with a visit from Panthera and Sintas to tell his class more about the work they do in the Leuser Ecosystem. It was super interesting, and guess what? There was already a connection between them and the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund. I had a million questions buzzing in my head and couldn't wait to ask them for some answers.
Panthera works in nearly 40 countries around the world to protect the 40 species of wild cats, from the well-known tiger, lion, and leopard to the smallest and lesser-known wild cats, like the Andean mountain cat and Bornean bay cat. As the ultimate guardians of our planet's ecosystems, boasting continent-jumping ranges, cats are our focus because it is such an evident and winning approach to preserve the largest landscapes and number of species, including our own. Hand in hand with governments, tribal nations, NGOs, communities, and others, in nearly 40 countries, we target critical catscapes, or habitats home to multiple species of cats. On any given day, our teams monitor wild cat and prey species to assess their numbers and threats, train and equip rangers to physically protect wildlife and deter poachers, analyze wildlife crimes to stop poaching before it starts, operate conservation education and behavior change campaigns, create solutions for cat community conflict, influence wildlife-friendly policies, and so much more.
That's cool. What do they do?
Panthera and Sintas Indonesia teamed up with the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund. There was this cool lady named Medina who explained that Panthera and Sintas joined their forces to protect this massive place called the Leuser Ecosystem. It's huge, and lots of people and wildlife all share and depend on the same land.
Hello everyone, my name is Medina Fitriana and you can call me Medina. I'm working as a liaison officer of Sintas Indonesia Foundation. My responsibility is maintaining effective coordination with our primary partner, the Forum Konservasi Leuser, and ensuring the successful implementation of our project. Our project focus is to provide baseline data on wild phelids by conducting camera trapping surveys in 2 key locations, the southwest of Leuser and the south of Leuser. There is the Leuser Ecosystem with 2.6 million hectares in Aceh and North Sumatra. All of the people that live in Aceh province depends on it. The Leuser Ecosystem itself is a World Heritage UNESCO site and it is 3 times larger than the Yellowstone National Park in USA. The Leuser Ecosystem is the only place on Earth where Sumatran Tiger, Sumatran Rhino, Sumatran Elephant, and Sumatran Orangutan coexist together, but also home for the wild phelids of Sumatra like the Sunda Clouded Leopard, the Asian Golden Cat, the Marble Cat, and Leopard Cat.
Whoa, no way! They've got the entire Jungle Story cast hanging out there!
Adam.
What did I do?
What do they do? How does it work? I'm super curious now.
So get this, Panthera is like the ultimate expert when it comes to wildcats. They work with Sintas to mitigate human-wildlife conflict.
Wait, what does mitigate human-wildlife conflict mean?
Is it like the conflict when my brother and I don't see eye to eye and my dad steps in?
No, Adam, quite the opposite. Mitigating human-wildlife conflict means finding peaceful ways to help people and animals get along better. In this case, people come too close to where wildcats live, and that can cause problems. By learning how to live together, we can make sure both people and animals stay happy and safe.
But how do they do that?
Before I tell you, it's time for a little break. We'll finish the story on the other side of this.
While she takes a breather, let's learn from the experts about wildcats.
Tigers are the biggest wildcat, weighing nearly 300 kilograms. The rusty spotted cat, found in South Asia, is the smallest wildcat in the world, weighing 1 to 2 kilograms. That's just a quarter the weight of the average house cat. But not all cats hate water. The fishing cat is actually the perfect water cat, as their feet are partially webbed, like a duck, to catch and eat fish.
Hello everyone, I want to introduce you to another great environmental podcast. It's called Forces of Nature and it's hosted by Crystal Dimicelli. Forces of Nature celebrates the people working to make the world a more sustainable and humane place. They address the environmental challenges we face and also the opportunities we have to fix them. You'll leave feeling hopeful, equipped with practical tips that answer your question, but what can I possibly do? So that you too can be a force of nature.
Back to the story. How do we make sure humans and wildcats live happily ever after?
Helping wildcats and human communities live alongside one another with the least amount of conflict possible is one of the biggest parts of Panthera's work. Solutions to prevent conflict range from the simplistic to the innovative. For instance, for many wildcats like lions and jaguars, Panthera trains and equips livestock owners to properly protect their animals, including keeping their livestock protected during the night rather than ranging free. This also often involves building predator-proof corrals or enclosures with sturdy materials and into which predators like wildcats, wolves, and other animals cannot enter. Other tools to prevent conflict are using lights and electric fencing around livestock enclosures that deter but do not harm wildcats from entering. In some parts of the world, ranchers use donkeys or certain breeds of cattle that are territorial and willing to defend their herds from wildcats.
In this huge area, several conservation groups joined forces to figure out how wildcats and people can chill together. They said the first step is to learn more about the habits of the wildcats, what they do, where they go, what they eat, etc. But many wildcats are nocturnal and move around when people sleep.
I don't really know if it's true, but apparently wildcats can snooze for like 21 hours a day. I'm just taking a shot in the dark.
Nice one, Adam. Yup, they're total night owls, which makes them tricky to spot during the day. That's why Panthera hooked up Sintas with the camera traps to catch those sneaky little cats in action.
Camera traps are remote cameras set in areas home to wildcats, like forests and savannas. They give our conservationists a sort of window into the wild. When movement occurs in front of a camera, it snaps a photo. Our teams then take all of the images, and sometimes videos, collected to determine how many wildcats likely live in that area, how many prey animals live in that area, which tells us whether they might have enough food to eat, what some of their threats may be, like poachers who are sometimes caught on camera as well, where wildcats live, how they are behaving, and more. Cameras are often set up in twos, with one on each side of a path, for instance. This allows our teams to capture the markings and patterns on wildcats' coats. These are as unique as fingerprints and can be used to identify individual cats and their movements. We get a lot of curious visitors to our camera traps. That means lots of sniffs and inspections from not only wild cats, but monkeys, wolves, bears, and elephants especially are the most curious and destructive of our cameras. We have some photos that show elephants getting ready to stomp a camera trap, and even an elephant taking off with the camera wrapped in its trunk.
Whoa, that's a serious amount of paparazzi.
Totally, and these awesome creatures need all the eyes on them they can get. It helps us learn their habits so we can plan better and keep them safe.
Nice, but what do they do with all the content?
These gadgets let conservationists keep an eye on wildlife, especially the ones that are endangered, without bothering them in their homes. Camera traps are super helpful for spotting poachers and illegal hunting, so rangers can jump into action before things get out of hand.
So, have they had any wins?
Huge success according to Medina.
Over the past year, we've captured over 30,000 pics of wildlife and more than 2,000 of wildcats. Around 30 of our local rangers have been busy removing snares and traps.
So they're really making waves in tracking wildlife. But what about the people living there?
I chatted with Medina about this, and she said that educating the community is super important.
Community outreach is essential to understand the local community's perception of wildcats, especially the Sumatran Tiger. With the human settlement and their garden bordered by the forest, the local community often came face to face with the tigers, and sometimes the conflict between humans can't be prevented. It is crucial to educate people about wildcats and find other alternatives for their livelihood.
Oh, awesome. It's kind of like our podcast, but right in the homes of the locals.
This whole team up really shows how tech and communities can come together to protect the amazing natural wonders of the Leuser ecosystem.
That was a blast. When I said my favorite animal was a cheetah, I didn't think I'd learn so much in such a short time. We really dove into how important it is for different people to team up and make a difference. I loved seeing how they use tech to discover more, because there's still so much we don't know about animal behavior. And the Leuser ecosystem. Wow, it looks like a dream. I just Googled it and check it out. It's gorgeous. It's totally on us to keep conservation going strong there. Thank you for listening.
Remember, the care we give, the earth we keep. Tune in for next time. We'll be back with more epic stories. A special thanks to the Mohamed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund for helping us make a more sustainable planet. Thanks for listening. Bye!